guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I thought I'd take you along and show you how I plan out my daycare year. It is now August, kind of beginning of August, and this is typically the time when I sit down and decide my whole year from September to September. This is usually the time when I have a turnover, new children starting. This year, however, I will not be having any of that. I have one part-time child leaving for school, and then my other part-time child will become full-time, so all the children are staying the same. However, they're entering that last year before school, so there's going to be a couple changes to my curriculum just to get them prepared for school year. So I will be concentrating on that. I'm going to be setting up my themes for every month, theme for the month, theme for every week of the month, entering my holidays, all the kids' birthdays, and all that kind of stuff. So I have printed out some blank calendar from September 2024 to September 2025. I will include also all the stat holidays, any vacation time that I'm planning on taking, and days off that I'm planning on taking for vacation, like if they're just single days. And if anybody has let me know if they're taking vacation time, I will put that down. And then once that is done, then every month I make up a new calendar. So I will be showing you what that looks like for every month. So this is kind of a rough draft that goes into my binder, and it gets added to as the year goes through. As we go through a year, I might add stuff to it. Sometimes things might change as far as the days off that I'm taking. I will also put down any upcoming trainings that we have, because sometimes I have to take days off for that. Just anything that is happening within the next 12 months will be added to here, and then from there I will decide what goes into the calendar that I actually post for the parents to see and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to get started. First, I'm going to decide on my vacation time, which I already have decided on vacation time. I'm just going to enter it, and then I'm going to I'm probably going to enter kids' birthdays, but I'm not going to take you through that just for privacy reasons. But I do enter them as well. And then also, I'm going to take you along and just show you how I plan out each month. But I will only focus on one month, so that way it's not too repetitive and the video is not 7 hours long. I also go over my menu at this time. My menu most likely will not change, since I have been tweaking it for past couple months, and I think I finally got it to where I want it to be. And since I'm not having any new children starting, I don't need to tweak it. And I'll show you also, I'll just show you a screenshot of what my weekly plan looks like once I'm done my monthly plan and all that stuff, the stuff that I post for the parents on the board. So I'm going to get started. So I'm going to first write down any stat holidays that are coming up for every month. And sometimes I do look it up on a computer. Even though I pretty much know when they all are, I still like to enter them into the calendar just to have them on display so I can see them and be aware of them, especially when I'm planning my weeks. Usually I will, for a theme, when I do a theme planning for the week, I will plan out the whole week. That way I don't have to worry about if the same week falls on the next year and all that stuff. And if I am only working 4 days the one week, I will just put like a overlay over that day that I'm not working, just like a blank piece of paper over it, so that way parents can see that and remind them that I will be off that day as well. This time I also like to add things like one day themes, which would be like St. Patrick's Day or Remembrance Day, Groundhog Day, just dates that we like to do something special, but we don't necessarily need the full week for that theme. I used to do it that way, where I would dedicate the whole week for St. Patrick's Day, a whole week for Remembrance Day, but I just find it was hard to keep the kids interested, so I just keep it to one day. And then once I have finished that, now I'm going to enter my holidays for the school year. These are any days that I'm planning on taking off, any weeks that I'm planning on taking off. I do have 4 weeks, full weeks off in a contract, plus the Christmas or holidays over Christmas. So I have all that in the contract, so I know that I can take up to 4 full weeks off, and then I do take occasional days here and there just because I know I have other things that I need to get done on those days. So I will take that time off as well. And most of my parents are the ones that I have at the moment are pretty easygoing, and they take just as much time off as I do, so it's not a problem. But I do stress out during interviews to all the parents about the holidays that I do take off. I just think I myself, especially the older I get, I feel like I need a more recharging time than I used to when I was younger. So it's very important to me to have this time off to recharge and be fresh for the next set of months coming up, type of thing. And don't be afraid if you are just starting up to, if you want to have 2 weeks of holidays, 3 weeks of holidays, 4 weeks of holidays, put that in your contract. It's important the parents to understand. And if somebody's complaining and doesn't like the fact that I'm taking certain amount of time off, then they're not the right fit for me. And this is something that I have learned over the years. It's not something that, I've been like this all the time. I used to try to be as accommodating to parents as I could. And then you learn that they have so many holidays and they're just taking, the days off here and there because they didn't take their holidays and stuff like that. So I take care of myself first and then worry about everybody else. Once I have all of my holidays in, now it's time to enter all the themes. And I have kind of a running list of themes that I pull from. Sometimes I find, depending on how the weeks fall, I have to add a theme, or I make certain themes last for 2 weeks, like Halloween, Christmas, all those themes. There's so much stuff that you can do during those themes that, easily you can fill 2 weeks worth. So just keep that in mind when you're planning out. And sometimes I don't use a theme because it falls on the week that I'm off, or I'll exchange it for a different theme. Just there are a list of themes for each month, and then they get shuffled around. They don't necessarily go in that order. I do end up doing the full year of themes and just trying to figure everything out in there. And then I'm also going to be adding some special things that we're doing during those themes. And like I said, I will be entering some birthdays as well. I have a little perpetual calendar from the Erin Condren that I do write down all of the kids' birthdays in. So I'm just showing you, I'm just going to write down happy birthday on the date, so that way I know it's someone's birthday. In my calendar that I have in my planner, I will enter whose birthday it is and all that stuff. So this calendar is pretty much like a rough copy, something that I work on from now until the time I actually make up the calendar for the parents. I don't put any of the office stuff in here. This is strictly for curriculum and for kids related stuff. So I have, like I said, a calendar in my planner that I enter all of the office stuff, like when the invoices have to go out and all that fun stuff. So this one gets combined with the other one once I'm planning out my months the month before. So at the end of August I will be planning for September, and I will have obviously bulk of my curriculum done, the curriculum map done, and then I'm gonna pull from there and plan out my weeks. And I will show you later how that looks once it's on paper. And this is also a type of a calendar that I keep on hand for future planning. So if I come across, like, watch someone's YouTube video about how they set up their classroom and different activities that they had set up for that theme, and if something looks really fun and interesting and I haven't thought of it, I will add that to these calendars, so that way when the time comes for that theme, I will know exactly what to do and how I want things to look like for that week. Okay, so here is just a rough outline of what we are going to be doing in September. So all of my themes are here, just some special things that I know we're going to be doing. Our playgroup's going to start. There's a birthday on the 17th. This is a stat holiday. And then in my planner, which I do sell my full planner on the Etsy shop, it's a printable planner. I take my monthly calendar, for example. Let me just pull one out and let's see what I have in here. Okay, so I can't show you that one, but let me get a blank one. So, for example, for September, and then I will fill in, so for September I will fill in anything that needs to go in here as far as office stuff, like money to do, when I have to send invoices and all that kind of stuff. I will put that in here. All the dates, because some dates we only get a month before, so this is kind of a permanent. This one I will be planning in it up until probably like the last few days of August, and that's when I end up making a full planner, the one that I will post for the parents, which typically looks like something like this. So I will have all the themes here, anything that we're doing. If I'm off, I will mark it off. Just general things we're going to be doing. I will also include birthdays in here and things like that. And then this is what my weekly lesson plan looks like. You get a lot more in depth, and obviously everything is kind of written out. Now I save these because I do reuse them every year. I have the hard copy, and I also have them in my Canva, and then I will just go in there, and if I feel like changing up some crafts or whatnot, the circle time typically stays the same. If I have an average 2-3-year-olds, typically stays the same. On craft time I might change out, and then sensory stays the same, dramatic play stays the same, science and math I might change out based on their abilities, and then gross motor activities stay the same. And I have I'm just trying to show you what my planning looks like. So here's, for example, I have these as well, where I have broken down everything, exactly what I need for each craft, what I need for each sensory and things like that. So this is just for my own planning, and again I have a copy on Canva, and then I just copy and paste from there if I change anything up. Sometimes I don't change anything, I leave it as is, because their abilities have progressed so much that it will be fun to see what their real craft looked 1 year versus the next year. So that's what that looks like. I also do kind of news, right? I'm just going to cover this up, main news, and this is a template that I have also, and I just add stuff into it, copy and paste type of things, so that way it makes my monthly planning a lot easier. So that way, and I save all of them, so that way my main news might be the same every year, and I just change out certain dates. Just trying to simplify my planning as much as possible. I think that about covers everything that I intend to share with you guys. I will be doing a blog post, and I'm going to share all of my themes. That will be linked down below. I will be adding my monthly template and my weekly template to my TPT store and an Etsy store for you guys to check out. And I'm also going to add my meal planning template for you guys on TPT store if you guys want to use it and fill it in. I will leave an example as well of my meal plan, so that way you guys can either copy the whole thing or just create your own. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching.